What is up YouTube, it is Matty and welcome to this live attack where we are against Grandwich Auto. In case you guys didn't know, there was a potluck search that happened this weekend for Scrims and Arranged Wars. Now, all it was a bunch of clans all searched at the same time, a bunch of DWA and FPC clans. So we ended up, and we all sort of chose similar weights and that sort of thing in terms of Channel 10s, 11s and 9s, and then matched up from that. So no one knew who they were going to get. We ended up with Grandwich Auto, which is pretty cool. I think they're part of the FPC. Yes, they are part of the FPC, and obviously we're part of the DWA. So, yeah, it's an awesome lineup. Who knows where the score's going to finish? It's looking pretty tight at the moment. We've missed a double on a town on 11, which was my first attack. We have got a couple of trips on 10s, so we got a dip there by Psycho. Also got a dip by Nico. Ooh, Nico there almost attacked that. That would be a very bad decision. And then we got a couple of triples, 13, 14 and 15 so far. I'm going to go for 12 and try and move up the field as well. Sean is the guy that's done the opener, or the first attack, and it was a pretty solid attack for quite a few reasons, so I'm going to take a few elements of the raid and try and replicate it. So look at the start. Giant walk, getting huge value from that giant walk, so I'm going to do the same with that because it takes the sort of power off the queen, which means she's got a bit of time to keep her health while a few defences are hitting her at once. He does send in a hog to get the CC pull once his arch towers are dealt with, and I don't know if you saw that there was also some minions to create the funnel there, which worked quite well, so I'm going to be replicating that. I am not going to be using poison, so I've got a little bit of a risk there. I am going to be using 2 loons to take down that Tesla, and I will be earthquaking instead of the jump. So you can see the attack down the bottom side here. He did get a wall breaker fail up the top side you're going to see quite soon. He had to use the ability there to finish up killing the Golemites, but then the Tesla ended up killing his wall breakers, and then the King ran off course. My Earthquake's going to open up that Tesla compartment anyway, so I'm hoping the pathing should be a little bit better. And I'm going to use a double rage, and I'm going to jump out over the top of that Inferno Tower as well. So trying to do slightly better, I guess, on the... Well, I'm just hoping my pathing will work, and I'm also going to send a couple of hogs in onto that cannon as well to try and account for that one. So yeah, I'm just going to try and make everything happen a little bit smoother. I don't know well, of course I don't know. I have no idea if it's going to work out. I hope so, because I think I've taken most things into consideration. I have done a sketch drawing as well for it, which if I show you here, look, which I'd advise you do on complicated attacks. You can see the little blue lines and minions, which is the same as what Sean did. My Queen Walk, I am going to use an additional minion for this collector, which I did the black X for the Queen on. I am going to use an additional minion for that. You can see my little white lines for wall breaker entries, 2 little red lines for my loons there, another single red line for my loon on that cannon once the arch towers are distracted, and you can see my spell placement there. I've even done the little red blob of where I'm going to place the earthquake, and then use rage and heal and jump to push my troops through the base is the idea. So yeah, that's where my Valks are going to go in. Down the bottom side you can see, and it just leaves the right hand side of the base. So I've got a couple of hogs to try and help out with that. I'm hoping my troops are going to start regathering that way, but only time will tell on that one. Unfortunately, I don't know how they're going to pan out. Let me flick back over. Here we go, and go back into game. I don't normally do sketch drawings, which is why it's rare that I show them on my channel, but sometimes it just helps when you're trying to plan when you've got quite a complicated attack. So yeah, I hope I can do the attack justice and actually do what I need to do and bring home the 3-star for the clan. I guess a few people are going to be on, so hopefully I can get the job done. Let's try this. Oh, scary, scary, scary. Just going to remind myself of everything. I can EQ at the start. I think I will. Okay. This is very scary. Here we go. Okay, just going to get into position. Zoom right in for the earthquake spot. Okay, 1. There we go with that. Giant down over here. With the queen over here. Minions now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Minion over here as well to make the 5. Need my queen to stay alive. She's going to be fine. Can use a single hog over here now to go and get the CC pull, I'm hoping. There it is. Funnel's looking good. 2 loons. See if we can get that done. Wow, she nearly died then. She's looking okay now though, so hopefully she can survive this last bit, and we're looking okay. So we can drop our giants and then all of our Valkyries in over here, and we got rage, we got heal, so here we go, we got other rage, jump, couple of hogs over here, healers are joining up, which is good. Come on guys, keep going through, keep going through. Cannon over there. In fact, can send a hog in over here. Good couple of Valkyries left over this side, so I'm going to make use of that with a couple of hogs. In terms of troops, maybe a... Oof, this is a bit rough. I'm just trying to think now, because I've only got a wizard and a minion left. Gonna be quite tight. Maybe I should have held off on the bottom side with those troops then. I'm gonna drop our wizard over here. Same with our minion actually, and just see what we can do with those. I am going to need to drop the king's ability soon. I've got no choice. It's going to be a really high percentage, but just not what we need, unfortunately. Not the triple. Maybe if I'd have held a couple of those hogs off to a later point. Again, it's hard to say. Just didn't have quite enough firepower for the very back end of the raid. You can see here we're going to be in the 93, 94 at 93, I think. No, 92. Damn. I think it was just the back end of that which caught me out. Damn. Let's go, Matty. Let's have a look. Wow. I really did give it a go then to try and get the triple. It's so hard on these anti-3 bases. It's so hard on these anti-3 star bases when people are sort of accustomed to putting giant bombs by infernos and making it as difficult as possible. Unfortunately, I got a bit of a Valk split as well. Let's have a little look at what happened to my Valks and see if we can pick apart the raid a little bit. My queen did die. Could have done with an extra rage spell for her, just to keep her alive. She did take the wall breaker break in. The earthquake, I'm glad I got that out of the way at the start of the raid, but it's difficult to remember everything that's going on when you've tried to build something quite complicated. But there we go. Giant walk is looked fine. The queen positioning as well. Those minions all work lovely. Nothing, sort of no wayward air bombs or anything that would have caught me off guard, but I knew that from Sean's attack anyway. The queen, the CC pull all worked nice. I did panic that my queen was going to die, and she nearly did die with that loon drop. I guess that was the risk of no poison. So I don't know if I'd recommend trying that again. It did scare me quite a bit, to be fair. The Tesla did go down, which was nice, and then I was able to use the wall breakers to go in. You'll see there's the break-in of the... at that point I was okay, and I was okay at this point to carry on with the break-in down the bottom side. I think I was just watching the queen because I was a little bit concerned that she was going to get hammered. But now she's in a good position, and she can regain that little bit of health that she desperately needed. So she's going to eventually go and break down that air defense, but meanwhile the Valkyries are going in down the bottom side. Look, let's see how they group together and how they take on this Inferno and the Queen. The heal spell is down, the rage spells are there, they are pushing through, and then a group did move backwards, and there they go, straight back into a giant bomb. So only a small group at the front, but then I did get quite lucky that my healers joined after the king died. I did go back and get that cannon, but that group of 4 or 5 Valkyries would have been so much better towards the top side of the base. It might have helped me out quite a bit. Yeah, 92. Oh, it's so, yeah, because I guess at this point I did hoping that I would have a group of Valkyries that could go back and start going for those final defences, and then I could use my hogs for them. Whether it was a right or wrong choice to throw them in when I did, I don't think. Yeah, it was probably. I don't think those hogs would have made the difference on this one, unfortunately. When you're against so many giant bombs and the Valks just get hammered like that, the rage and the heal spells become sort of paramount in terms of placement. I don't know what to say. How would I improve that? You'd probably have to do a different plan, because it just doesn't count for that final right side of the base. I just didn't carry enough hogs. Could have carried less Valkyries and more hogs, I guess, and then just done a little push in through the right hand side. Maybe even discredit my jump and drop in the heal for the hogs, which is basically Sean's plan. So it was a good plan. It just didn't quite work out, unfortunately, because his king sort of held back, and a lot of it he didn't get as far into the base as I did. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you enjoyed watching that attack. It was quite a stressy one for me. I hope to God we can win this war. It's going to rely a lot on the Town Hall 11 attacks. But anyway, hope you enjoyed, and peace.